Let's talk first forecast with Rusty Melber with the latest on snow totals, where things are standing.
Well, it's here. It's finally here. I'm not the kid in the candy store feeling, because really you don't want to be dealing with this at any point, but it's part of life here in the Northland. And as you can see, pretty much this evening, several rounds of snow have been making their way across the region. You see one little batch there, one batch there, one batch there. In fact, let's zoom on into the current batch that just made its way through the Twin Ports. You can see the darker blues representing the higher snowfall rates, probably about half an inch. 3/4 of an inch per hour. Another wave down into Burnett, Washburn, Sawyer counties there, and all this moving to the east, northeast. And some of the snowfall totals that we have so far: 5.5 inches in Gary, New Duluth, just over 3 inches at a report in Superior, and you see about 2.8 Northwoods Beach, 2.5 out in Bayfield County as well. So totals have ranged about 2 to 6 inches across the area. And here you go, winter road conditions. If you do have to travel, they're getting covered. Some of them snow covered, some of them completely covered. It's been a while since we've had to deal with this region-wide, so be prepared for it. That's why we still have that winter storm warning for a vast majority of the Northland. Blizzard warning for the North Shore. You're going to see the highest winds there. Winter weather advisories, Gogebic and Occoquan counties. We'll explain a little bit more about that later on in the newscast. But otherwise, temperatures mid-20s to low 30s out there, so everyone's still below freezing at this point. The winds are still building. That low-pressure center is still way down to our south. So yeah, 5 to 15 miles per hour. A few gusts, especially here in the Twin Ports, getting upwards to 25 to 30, but otherwise not too bad out there. But this is how big the system is. Low pressure center down into Nebraska. There's the warm front that's going to be bringing in a lot more moisture. It's all just riding a jet stream streak right towards us. And we're really going to have to watch that warm front, because after tonight, with the heavy snow and the increasing winds, temperatures stay below freezing. By Monday afternoon, there are going to be locations that see rain. There are going to be locations that see snow. There are going to be locations that see everything from rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. We're going to try to tell you who sees what, how much to expect, and when we might finally get back to some spring-like weather later on in the newscast. All right, the big one is here. And there is going to be about 3 phases to this storm system as it passes through the region. First one, snow and wind. And yeah, there's the wind as well, but hopefully not as bad as we're thinking that it's going to be, give or take. Second phase is what's going to be interesting, and that's going to happen starting Monday afternoon. So let's just show you the radar again here. Best to show you where that snow is falling. A little bit of dry air into parts of the Rainy River Basin, just to the north of the Iron Range there. And again, we got a few breaks in this, so it's not as persistent of a snowfall, well, depending on where you live. And as we change the product here, you can see the darker blue shades are the heavier snowfall rates. I would say at least half an inch per hour. So areas right now down into Washburn County, just in the Spooner-Trigo area, up along the North Shore there between Duluth and Silver Bay, even stretching out towards Highway 2, just past that into the Bayfield Peninsula. And those totals have been piling up here throughout the day. 2.4 inches within the past hour in Lutsen. A couple hours ago, it was 2.5 in Two Harbors, 4.5 out in Lester Park, and you see that 3.8 in Esco. So yes, the snow continues to fall, and we are keeping our eyes on the conditions out there, because anytime you get this snowfall, you're going to have partly covered or fully covered snow covered roadways here. So be safe out there if you still have plans, especially overnight tonight, as things are really going to start to get interesting. All right, currently 31 degrees right now in our studios. Feels like 24. The wind not too bad, but again, it's off the lake, so it's going to be a little breezier by the shorelines. Already 0.4 of an inch of precipitation. Across the Twin Ports, we have 29 up at the airport in Duluth, 31s at the Blotnick, at the Bong Airport, 27 at Thompson Hill. Elsewhere in the Northland, you see the 23 in Grand Marais, 28 Big Fork at International Falls, 30s in Moose Lake, Siren, and Ashland, 31 again in Superior, 29 in Hayward. So yes, it is a big event. There's the low pressure center. It was just over here in Colorado, took a little dive to the east here, and now it's going to ride a little jet streak up towards us. So all of this moisture is going to be making its way up there, and you see that cutoff line of where the snow and rain is? We're going to be keeping a close eye on that, because overnight tonight, it's all snow, and it will be heavy at times. Some of the snowfall will be falling at a rate of 1 inch, if not a little more than 1 inch per hour. But once we get to late morning, you can see Futurecast picks it up pretty good. we're going to start to see those temperatures warm back up above freezing, and that's going to allow the freezing rain, sleet to start to come into the region. And throughout the afternoon and into the evening, it's really going to focus into northwest Wisconsin, the Upper Peninsula section, and maybe I-35 as well. We're going to watch to see where exactly that line of mixed precipitation falls around. But right now, the best estimate, North Shore, Twin Ports, down the I-35. To the north and west, it's going to be snow. To the south and east of that, it's going to be rain. Continues Monday night into your Tuesday morning, but by Tuesday, we're going to get to the backside of this low-pressure system, and eventually we're going to see things really start to clear on out as we go throughout the day. So snowfall, still expecting over a foot along the North Shore. Lake enhancement, not lake effect. About 8 to 12 inches for a good chunk of the region here, maybe closer to a foot in the I-35 corridor. Any of the totals that you're going to be seeing in northwest Wisconsin and the Upper Peninsula, once it changes over to rain, you're done adding more to it. As for the ice, could be up to 1/10 of an inch in northwest Wisconsin and at least 1/10 of an inch in those areas. But again, this all depends on where that line actually forms. As for the winds, they're going to be picking up as we go overnight tonight, really start to get blowing on your Monday afternoon and evening. Again, strongest winds are going to be along the North Shore. We're going to keep a close eye as to how strong they're going to get. Maybe blizzard strength, a little less confidence going with that, but we'll see what happens. But we'll still keep the blizzard warning along the North Shore. Winter storm warnings for everyone else, minus Gogebic and Okanagan. They have that winter weather advisory. So again, worst of the snow and the winds pick up tonight. Tomorrow afternoon is when you start entering the rain and the mixed precipitation, and eventually things really start to clear out on your Tuesday. We can take a breath after Wednesday, but we're going to keep the temperatures seasonally cool, and maybe we'll get a few more snow showers before we get to Easter.
All right, Rusty, thanks. And now to our Fox feedback question of the day. We asked you to share some pictures from your weekend.
A blizzard warning continues for the North Shore. Winter weather advisory for Gogebic and Okanagan counties. Everyone else is under a winter storm warning. For the Wisconsin side, minus Douglas County, that ends at noon tomorrow. Everyone else, that runs until Tuesday evening. The reason being, after we show you that basically roads are becoming snow-covered and slippery. Just keep it safe out there, folks. The reason for the snow is we got that big storm system kind of making its way through. Eventually, we're going to start to see some of that precipitation change over to rain and a mix, mainly northwest Wisconsin and the Upper Peninsula. But everyone tonight, snow showers. It is going to be heavy at times. Some snowfall rates up to 1 inch per hour, and with those winds getting gusty out there, visibility is really going to be tough. But again, tomorrow, northwest Wisconsin, the Upper Peninsula, you're looking at rain by the afternoon. The Minnesota side, it's going to be mainly snow, but there's going to be that sliver somewhere that's going to be mixed precipitation. So you get it all. Rain, freezing rain, sleet, snow. As those temperatures are in the 30s for your highs, the winds stay gusty. So
yeah. I hope it just stays all snow.